welcome back to Milling Around. Day 4 of our California coast adventure took us somewhere completely different. Towering red forests, historic steam trains, classic California beach culture, and one last night soaking in everything this trip had given us. Today was about contrast. Ancient forest in the morning, ocean air by lunch, surfers in the afternoon, and city lights by evening. And honestly, that might be the magic of California. Our first stop was Roaring Camp Railroads, tucked into the Santa Cruz Mountains. And if you love trains, history, or giant trees, this place is special. Roaring Camp was founded in 1958 by preservationist Norman Clark, who wanted to recreate the experience of California's 1880s logging camps, the era when steam railroads were essential for transporting massive redwood logs out of the mountains. What started as a passion project became one of the most authentic narrow-gauge heritage railroads in the country. The entire property is designed like an old logging settlement, complete with historic-style buildings, blacksmith shops, and museums that tell the story of early California industry. And the trains here aren't replicas. They're real, restored steam locomotives originally built in the late 1800s. These engines run on steam the same way they did over a century ago, burning fuel to heat water, creating pressure that drives pistons and turns the wheels. Steam engines produce enormous torque at low speed, which made them perfect for climbing these steep mountain grades, exactly what these redwood logging routes needed. And when that whistle blows and the train starts climbing through the forest, it feels like time travel. As the train winds upward, the scenery changes quickly. Sunlight filters through the trees that are almost hard to comprehend. These are coast redwoods, the tallest living trees on Earth. At the Bear Mountain stop, you reach what many call a natural cathedral, towering trunks rising straight into the sky, quiet enough that you almost instinctively lower your voice. The cool air here exists because redwoods create their own ecosystem, capturing coastal fog and recycling moisture back into the forest. Some redwoods exceed 300 feet tall, taller than the Statue of Liberty. Many trees here are over 1,000 years old. Their bark can be up to 12 inches thick, naturally resistant to fire and insects. Instead of deep roots, redwoods interconnect shallow root systems, literally supporting each other underground. Back at Roaring Camp, there's more than just the train ride. You can explore a small history museum, browse old-style shops, watch blacksmith demonstrations, and just wander the grounds.
That's what he wanted it to be like. If you see that painting, he wanted all these buildings here.
It's great for train lovers, nature lovers, or honestly anyone wanting a slower, nostalgic experience. From towering forests to ocean views in under an hour, one of our favorite parts of this trip was how quickly the train changes. In California, you can go from cool mountain air to beach sunshine before lunch. We headed down to Santa Cruz Beach and grabbed lunch right near the water. Salty air, sunshine, and that unmistakable laid-back California vibe. The Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk is one of the oldest seaside amusement parks in America, operating since 1907. It still has classic rides, old-school arcades, shops, and that nostalgic coastal energy you don't see much anymore. It feels equal parts beach town and vintage summer movie. We drove a bit along the coastline to watch surfers. Santa Cruz is actually one of the birthplaces of mainland American surf culture. Hawaiians introduced surfing here in the late 1800s, and by the 1950s, Santa Cruz had become a major hub for California surf culture. Even today, surfing here isn't just a sport, it's a lifestyle, built around ocean conditions, patience, and community. After the beach, we headed back into the Redwoods, this time on foot, at Henry Cowell Redwood State Park. We started at the Visitors Center and gift shop, picking up some of our favorite souvenirs of the trip, especially things for the kids back home. Henry Cowell protects over 4,600 acres of forests, including some of the most accessible old-growth redwoods in California. Unlike the train ride earlier, here you walk among them, and that changes the experience completely. Redwoods grow incredibly fast, sometimes over 3 feet per year in early life. Their height comes partly from fog absorption through needles, not just roots. Fallen redwoods often become nurse logs, supporting entire new ecosystems of plants and trees. Some trees here were alive before the Viking Age. Standing next to them makes you feel very small, but in a good way. With an early flight the next morning, we headed to San Jose and ended the day at San Pedro Square Market. This historic district dates back to the city's early agricultural days and has been transformed into one of the area's most popular gathering spots. San Pedro Square was built around historic buildings from the late 1800s, now home to a vibrant food hall with local vendors, breweries, and live music. Designed as a communal dining space, casual, lively, and perfect after a long travel day. We grabbed dinner, relaxed, and started realizing our California adventure was coming to a close. "4 days, and it felt like we experienced an entire world. Ancient forests, winding coastal highways, incredible food, unforgettable views, and moments that slowed us down just enough to really take it all in. California surprised us with how much variety exists in such a small distance. Thanks for milling around California with us. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to check out the full California Coast series on our Milling Around YouTube channel. Every day brought something completely different. Until next time, keep milling around.